We're live. I'm signing on a little bit early just to chat with anyone who popped in early and was waiting in queue. So, hi, welcome. I don't know who's in here. I know there's a few of you in here, but so go ahead and throw up a hello, an emoji, whatever you're feeling. I'm, like I said, just a little bit early. So I hope that I figured out our technical difficulties so they don't re-arise this week. But you know, we're all in the process. So where is everyone? I'm super curious to know where folks are. Yay, Ari made it. Hello, Alexis. Where is everyone coming in from? I know we probably have a lot of folks from Los Angeles. That's where we are based physically. So we're now internet based, so we're everywhere. Got a few more minutes before we have to start, and I'll wait to launch into intro to make sure that everyone who's planning on joining us can get in and get settled. Today's no shoes, socks, if you have a hard floor. If you have carpet, that's totally fine. You can use a plastic shopping bag. You can use a paper plate, anything that will slide on the carpet. Or if you have some fitness equipment at home and you have sliders, you can grab those. But otherwise, if you don't have access to any of that, it's totally okay because you can do a stepping or a non-sliding variation of all these movements. So I'm letting this thing kind of do its thing, just to see what happens. I really would love to see like a photography book on like trans mask, non-binary facial hair through the quarantine, because I have a feeling that some of my siblings are also probably playing with letting some facial hair grow out. So if you are doing that, please take a picture and tag me so I can see what everyone else is doing with their facial hair, if facial hair is your thing. So I don't know if John Allison is joining us tonight, but I know that they've got some they've got a wicked stash going. So does Mac. So how is everyone? What are we? If you're in Los Angeles County or Southern California, I think we're like 5 weeks. We're 5 weeks in. So I don't know how long everyone else is. It depends on where you are. But if we get a couple like roll calls of where people are coming in from. So I'm gonna type something on here. All right, we are right at 5 o'clock, so we will go ahead and get going here with intro. Thank you to everyone that's here. If you're coming back, thank you for coming back. If this is your first time, thank you for joining us for the first time. My name is Elliot, and my pronouns are he, they. I am the founder of the TG-ENBY Project. And in our physical space in Los Angeles, we are an intentional by trans, for trans, ENBY, GNC space to bring fitness and interaction with fitness and wellness to our community by practitioners from our community. So in this digital space, we're extending our expertise to everyone, because we are in a space where I think a lot of folks need it, and we're here to bring it. So thank you. Tonight's class is a sock class. So you are gonna need, if you have a hard floor, a pair of socks. You can use some folded up towels or rags. I have rags in addition to my socks just because these give a little cushion and slide a little better. So if you need a couple moments to grab some socks or some towels, then please do so. If you have carpet or some sort of soft surface on your floor, then I would recommend paper plates, plastic shopping bags, anything that's gonna slide on that surface. If you don't have access to any of those things, that's totally fine. You'll just do a non-sliding variation of the movements. So if you need a non-sliding variation, go ahead and like throw a little alert up there in the live chat so that I know. I will try to remember to provide one regardless in case someone watching this afterwards needs that variation. So I will be taking a look at the live chat throughout the class. So if you have any questions or you need any variations, please don't hesitate to throw it up there, and I will do everything within my ability to get to that in the time that it's relevant to. So there is, of course, a little bit of a lag, so we do our best. This is the technology we have. K-Town, my first apartment in LA was in K-Town. Loved it. All right, so there are, yay, Isabel and Zoe are here. There's a lot of resources available online right now for you to access other queer and trans fitness practitioners. So take advantage of those. If you have any questions about where to find any of those, get at me. You can get me on Instagram. It's at WERK_OUT. You can get TG-ENBY Project on Instagram. It's just TG-ENBY.project. And you can also reach out via email, whatever format works for you. This week, you can catch me via the Everybody Los Angeles gym, and they have an app where you can sign up for classes that are only $5 each, and I'm teaching a class at 12:30 on every Friday in Animal Flow. So if you're curious about that, sign on, take that class. It's really fun, and there are classes that you can take 7 days a week through that platform. So check that out. This week also on April 26th, a trans trainer that I really admire, Justice Rowe, is having a conversation with Elliot Parker of Decolonizing Fitness, and that's centered around queer wellness and mental health. So you can go to Justice's page on Instagram to find information and RSVP for that. I think you can also find him at Queer Gym Pop-Up on Instagram. So go follow Justice, go follow Ilya at Decolonizing Fitness. They're really awesome trans trainers that you should definitely be paying attention to. All right, so anyone that signed on a little bit late, if you haven't already, grab your socks or maybe a couple of towels or rags. If you have a soft floor, get some paper plates or some plastic shopping bags, something that will slide on whatever surface you're working on, and we'll get started. So we're gonna always start with a warm up. Look, you get me in shorts. It's finally warm enough in LA for shorts. So let's start in the shoulders. So I like to just kind of take stock of each joint when we're first starting with these workouts. So that gives you an opportunity to identify if you have any areas of tightness, stiffness, discomfort, change directions in your shoulder circles. This is a really important part of the workout and should never be skipped. No matter how much time you have, you should spend at least a couple minutes just taking inventory here in your joints. Let's roll your head. These rolls should be nice and gentle. Once again, paying attention to if there's any stiffness, any sharp pain. That's going to alert us that we need to be mindful of that joint, change directions, in our session. So maybe we take it easy there if you're having some particular tightness. Look over your right shoulder, over your left shoulder, over your right shoulder, and again over your left shoulder. And swing your arms, alternating top and bottom. Now, as I'm swinging here, I'm keeping my shoulders pressed down out of my ears, and I'm squeezing from my scapula, from my shoulder blades. So as my arms go back, I'm trying to actively pull my shoulder blades closer to my spine. This is opening up the chest, warming up your shoulders, and into your wrists. Make some simple circles here. We do have some planky stuff today, so we want to make sure that We're getting the joints or wrists ready for holding our body weight. Change directions if you haven't. We're doing our hip format that I really like for this kind of class. Reverse prayer, press your elbows down, backs and the palms together. And that's a minute on, 30 seconds off. And that 30 seconds is recovery and transition time. Good. Hands to your hips, and we're going to draw circles with the tailbone. So I'm going to give you a side view. We're pushing the hips out to the side and then the front. Keep your belly nice and tight for this. And make sure that your knees aren't locked out, meaning they're like, wow, really hard, okay? Have a nice soft bend in them so that your pelvis can move in all of the corners. And change directions. We're gonna come into the knees. So lift your leg up, we've got a 90-degree bend here, and you're gonna swing your foot like a pendulum. Okay, so right, belly's tight. Fix your gaze on an unmoving object to help with your stability. And if you can't swing your leg as vigorous or as far, that's okay. This can be nice and small. Just whatever's accessible for your body. Switch sides. Soft knee on this post leg. So once again, we're not locking the knee out. We never want to lock our knees out. That makes us into a very rigid structure, which makes stability very difficult. If the knee is soft, then you can move and sway with the force and help maintain stability. We're going to come into the foot roll. Step back here so you can see my feet. You're going to point, scoot, pull it up, scoot, and around, just so you have another angle and move away from that dark mat. Right, and change directions. You know, it seems simple, but this makes a big difference in your practice. And other side. I know that the microphone on my computer is not the best, so I don't know if you can hear my ankles cracking. But you know, if you heard that, you understand why I do ankle rolls every time. All right, so let's come into some soft bounces. This is our shadow rope. I'm going to give it 60 seconds. The shadow rope, we're working off the balls of the feet. So we're not jumping flat-footed. You can see here my heels are never touching the ground. And you can keep it with just a simple single hop here. Or if you jump rope frequently like I do, you can bring it into your other jump rope techniques. Or if you're following along someplace where you have space and you can actually jump rope, then please feel free to grab your jump rope. I know I always tend to work a little bit harder when I have the actual rope versus when I'm shadow roping. So you get your ollie shuffle. So shadow roping is a really great way to practice new techniques for your jump rope arsenal, if that's something that interests you. Doing awesome. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Stretching out the calves after that hopping. So you're going to step back, press down through your back heel, really drive it down into the ground. Both toes are still pointed forward. Step up and switch. So you're going to exhale, press, press, press. The harder you push your heel down into the ground, the more you're going to get out of this stretch. We're pushing the foot into a deeper, what's called dorsiflexion, meaning the foot is moving in closer towards the body, versus plantar flexion, which is when you point your toe, when you're flexing towards the plantar. Good. And then swings across the front of the body. So same concept here as that knee movement we were doing. Only swing as high as you can maintain your stability and your alignment in the other hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, soft knee. Find your stability first and then start moving. And you can absolutely use your arms to offset your balance here. There's no reason why you have to lock everything in. So If using your arms helps you, then use them. 4, 3, 2, and 1. How is everyone feeling? Oh, there's John Allison. You must have heard us talking about you. How was your birthday? That's what I thought. All right, so I'm going to demo all 5 movements for you. I will kind of move the camera as needed. I'm hoping that I got it someplace where I don't have to move it, but we'll see. So I'll give you demo from a couple different angles. We'll drill it on both sides, and then we'll run through our set. So our first one is a reverse lunge to balance. So these are meant to be sliding, but like I said, you don't have to slide. I'm going to use the towels just because that's what I like. My goodness, I'm either decapitated or you can't see my feet. All right, so our reverse lunge to balance from the front. We're going to slide back. For this variation this week, this back leg is straight so we can get a good extension in the hip flexor. And then you're going to pull it up and balance. And then foot comes back to the towel. If you want to make this extra spicy, you can touch the ground and then bring it up. You're going to be doing this for 30 seconds on each side. So let's go ahead and drill. Let's do 8 on each side, starting with whatever leg you want. I always tend to default to starting with my left foot grounded, so I'm going to start with my right foot grounded, so hopefully I'm getting the leg that needs a little more work. So starting with the right leg working, we're going to go 1. So yeah, this one is not nearly as fluid. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's do the other side. So remember, use whatever variation. We're supposed to do 8. JK. Whatever variation feels good. So if this is better for you, do this variation. And if you don't have anything to slide on, you're just going to step back and come up. All right? So that's your reverse lunge to balance. Next, we have a hamstring curl, which you're going to be doing down on the ground. I have a mat here ready to go. So you'll see, oh, the dog's going to come say hi. We're going to press down into the ground. Say hi, pork chop. Press down into the ground, quartz through your hands. You're going to extend one leg at a time, and then exhale, pull your legs in. And then do the other side. So you're going to alternate which one's going out first. Okay? The higher you can bridge your hips, the harder this is going to be. So, good. All right? 60 seconds really starts to add up here. After your hamstring curl, we've got a plank press to pike. You're going to turn over. You can start in a high plank. Check to make sure you can see me. Awesome. You're going to come down to a forearm plank, back up to a high plank, and then we're going to pike. So a pike is like you're doing a down dog in yoga. You're going to lift your hips up to slide along the back of the leg and then back out. Then we're going to do the other side, right, down, up, and pike. And then left, pike. Go ahead and do one more on each side just to practice. Oh, I know, it's so fun, huh, Pork Chop? And exhale. All right. So, plank press to pike. Next, we have a side lunge. Isn't she cute? So for your side lunge, I'm going to demo your reverse lunge from the side. I'm all over the place today, y'all. All right, foot on your towel. You're going to keep your toes pointed forward, and we're going to slide that towel out. Like we're just trying to like push it over there. But then we're going to squeeze our butt and pull it back up. So the further out you go, the harder it's going to be to bring it back in. So be mindful when you're choosing your depth. I'm not letting my knee go over my toe. And I'm trying to stay as upright in the torso as I can. Really reach your hips back. Let's try the other side. You're going to reach and pull it up. 3, 4, This is just what my hands do. Your hands don't have to do this. You can do this if you want. Awesome. So those are your side lunges. Next, we're gonna clean the floor. So this is like if you were doing cleaning the floor with both your hands and your feet. Alternately, you can think of like a Mr. Miyagi, the Karate Kid, for those of us that are old enough. If you have towels, go ahead and put the towels on your hand for this. Give you this diagonal angle. We're gonna go right hand, wipe the floor. Left sock, right sock, wipe the floor. Left hand and left foot. And we'll go right, left, left, right, left, left. So you're just gonna alternate your limb. Arm, foot, arm, foot. So those are your 5 movements: reverse lunge to balance, hamstring curl, plank press to pike, side lunge, and cleaning the floor. So if anybody has any questions about those specific movements, feel free to pop them up on the screen. I'll give you a moment to type them out if you have to. If not, get your water, get a towel, get anything you need. And just know, do this at your own pace. If you need to stop and rest, then stop and rest. If you need to sub any of these movements out for something else, then please do so. And if anything comes up for you, you want to send me an email at any point, just know that you can email me. So, work job, are you ready? I didn't see any questions, but I will keep my eye on the screen, so if they pop up, we will. So remember, we've got 60 seconds on, 30 seconds off, all the way through, and we're gonna do that 3 times. So if y'all are ready, get into position for your reverse lunge to balance. Let's reset our camera here. In 3, 2, 1. All right, so I'll call you at 30 seconds to switch sides. And if you need to remove anything or scale any of these movements, please do so. So this is that reverse lunge from the side, because I think I forgot to demo it from the side for y'all. So these single leg movements are really great for strengthening your glutes, which is awesome for knee stability. And if you can't come all the way down, switch sides, that's totally fine. Proud of myself for starting on my weaker side that time. Generally, whatever side you default to is probably your stronger side. So challenge yourself to start on your non-dominant side. And whatever side is stronger is different for everyone, sometimes even within movements. Good, 30 seconds of recovery time. We're going into the hamstring curl next. That'll be all the way down on the ground. Got the towels there. All right, 13 seconds left. Still time for you to grab some water if you need it. So remember, this is going to be, you're going to be in an inverted plank, curl them in, and then one at a time out. And begin. Curl, extend, curl, and then switch sides in the extension. Good. Remember to corkscrew, there we go. Corkscrew your hands down into the ground to get stability in your shoulders. And exhale. If you need to put your hands up on your couch and do this on an incline, that's a totally acceptable variation as well. Or a little bench, whatever works for you. You got 20 seconds left. I know this doesn't feel like much right now, but the high amount of reps you're going to be doing, you will be feeling your hands tomorrow. It's good for you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Remember this recovery time, these 30-second little intervals, you can take any kind of stretch or recovery movement you need. Take some water. Next is going to be the plank press to pike. This one will be intense, so just roll with whatever feels good for you. Just know you can drop your knees. You can do it on an incline. You can sub out anything that doesn't feel good for you. 3, 2, set up your plank, and go down, up, and pull your hips up, back to the plank. Other side, down, down, up, up. Exhale to lift your hips back out to the plank. We want to try as hard as we can to keep our hips as stable as possible. Good. This one's going to be awesome in the shoulders as well. 30 seconds. It's okay if your pikes get a little bit smaller or you have to slow down. These compound movements take a lot of energy. 15 seconds. Good. Make sure you're alternating sides on your arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, that one was spicy, just like I thought. All right, side lunge is next. So we're coming out of that groundwork. Take a wrist relief position if you feel like you need it. Those of you who have been in my animal flow class on Fridays are familiar with wrist relief position. Side lunge is going to feel really yummy for the hips. Get on your, whatever your sliding apparatus is, 2, 1. You're going to reach it out, pull it back up. So like I said, whatever depth feels good for you. Make sure you're not trying to grab the ground with your toes. Reach your hips back and squeeze your butt cheek to drive your pelvis back up and forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Right into it. First set usually feels a little stiff and rickety. Second set, we're lubed up a little bit more. Third set's always golden. As you're pressing up, drive your heel down into the ground so that we're loading up your glutes to work hard for us. It's a nice big muscle. 3, 2, and 1. How's everyone feeling? We're going to wash the floor next. Where this is our Mr. Miyagi's. So we're going to alternate limbs. Right hand, right foot. Left hand, left foot. Make sure you're taking your water if you need it. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Clean it up. Someone spilled the milk. Kids are home from school. They're making a mess all over the place. And there we go. Right hand, right foot, left hand, left foot. I think the hardest part of this is keeping track of which hand is doing what. The same thing, if you need to be on an incline for this, you can. If you need to go slower, if you need to take a break, you only have 25 seconds left. If you want more towels so that you can do towels on your feet for this too, totally fine. It's your laundry. Good, keep breathing, you got this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds of recovery. And that's the first round. Not too shabby, right? I've got a sweat going. I hope all of y'all are sweating too. We're gonna go back to the beginning. So we're going back to reverse lunge to balance. Whichever variation you're working through is perfect. I'm gonna start to get ready because we have 4 seconds. Starting on my weak side and work. So reach back. If you're touching the ground, touch the ground. And up to balance. If you're not, that's okay. Reach your hips back. And we're being long in the back leg so we get length in our hip flexor So it's just a different variation. 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. I'll give you a side view for this part of this set. Sliding it back, pulling it up. Breathe. And like always, use your butt. Feels good to get sweaty. Feels good to breathe with y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Got some fun stuff coming down the pipeline. So if you're not following us, follow us and rest. Beautiful. Hamstring curl is next. Yay, hammies. Lots of fun with hammies and booties today. Bring our camera down, 15 seconds. Get your water. Start to set yourself up. 10 more seconds of recovery time. If you're getting in position, set up your corkscrew. Really open up your chest and help nail it down and begin. So get in your inverted plank, curl, extend, curl, and then switch your lead leg. And exhale. Keep checking in with your shoulders. So I'm not exempt from this. I start to get slack on the shoulders too. And that is your base of support for this movement, is your shoulder joint. So that's if that's nice and solid, then your hammies have a solid platform to work from. So you think about driving your heels down into the ground and keeping your booty lifted. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Next one, we're going to flip it over, and we're just going to do our plank press to pike. Gotta love that pike. If you need a wrist relief, take a wrist relief. Roll them. Whatever feels yummy to you. 10 more seconds. I'm going to flip it over and start to get into position. Feet are on the towels if you're using towels. 3, 2, 1. Set up your plank. Left arm, left arm, right arm, and pull your hips up. Right arm, left arm, left arm. Solid in the shoulders and pull. So this is another instance where corkscrew your hands to integrate your shoulders and make sure they're stabilized. Sturdy, stable hips, 30 seconds already. Y'all are doing great. Exhale. Showing up is the hardest part. We already did that. Good. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! I'm so glad we get to get off the ground now for our side lunges. Planking is muy intense. Later this week, I'm going to be like, oh, why did I do that? All right. 10 more seconds. Feel free to get yourself some water. I'm going to start on this side this time and work. Reach the hips back. Bring it up. If you feel like you want more of a challenge and you have something heavy sitting around, feel free to pick it up and hold on to a weight, onto a heavy book, your dog, your cat, child, your roommate if you have that kind of relationship. And exhale. One more, and switch sides. All right, got my hard side out of the way first. I highly recommend that you do the side that's more challenging for you first. And while my right leg is stronger, it's not as stable. So I try to drill my right leg first so that it can get stronger in the stability department. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna clean the floor again. It's still dirty. It's what happens when you have pets. Water break for me. Ten more seconds. Start to set yourself up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right hand, right foot, left hand, left foot. Making circles. Hello, pork chop. Circles. Cleaning up the pet mess. Just kidding, I cleaned the floor before we started. Hi. Hi. Animals are loving us being at home to work out. Ooh. Good, y'all. Breathe through it. 30 seconds are down already. It's totally okay if you need to do a variation of this plank. None of this is written in stone. Like I say all the time, the only rules in this are the rules that you make for yourself. So be good to yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds of recovery. And then we have one more round of this. I think y'all are doing great. You can totally handle one more round. Good job. All right. If you need, in case you needed it, we all need a little bit of pork chop in our life. She would not be like this if anyone was here. All right, reverse lunge. You had your pork chop break. You're gonna reverse lunge, touch it, and up to balance. I didn't move the camera, so I'm decapitated for this round. Sorry, y'all. I'm falling apart here. I'm losing my towel. It's the dog. It's too distracting. And breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, switch sides. Front view for this one. Hi. Hello. Good. I see some thumbs up went up on the screen since you saw the dog. I'm gonna have to start bringing her and popping her on the screen every video to make sure I get some of the likes on there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hamstring curl is up next, but first you get 30 seconds of recovery. Start to get yourself set up for your next movement so you're ready to go. Have your water. Beautiful work, y'all. 10 more seconds. I'm gonna breathe through it. I need this rest today. 4, 3, 2, and plank it up. Curl and alternating extension. Make sure you switch your lead side and with each rep. If you forget, it's okay. You don't have to start all over again. Drive your heels in. Corkscrew your hands and push your shoulders away from your ears. Brace your belly. So that's pulling your navel to your back. And exhale as you're contracting your hamstring. So that's when you're doing the pulling part of the movement in the back of your thighs. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh boy, my favorite's coming up, that plank press. I'm being facetious just in case it wasn't obvious. I hate the plank press, but that's why it's important to do it. Usually the movements that you hate the most, it's because they're the ones that you're not like really great at. Those are the ones that we need to drill and get more practice in, then you get better at them. Start to set yourself up for your plank. You're using towels, socks, whatever it is, and begin. Left arm down, left arm up, exhale to pike. Right arm down, right arm up, exhale to pike. You got this. Ugh. And exhale. Ugh. If y'all are taking video of yourself in any capacity, I'd love to see it, so please tag me in your videos. It brings me an immense amount of joy to see people get stronger and get more proficient in their practice. Oh, man, these pikes are starting to feel really mean. 10 seconds left. Slowing down. It's getting smaller. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, off of the ground. Thank goodness. Side lunges. Oh. Are we still friends? New people are like, I'm never coming back. I hope when we're on the other side of this and we're allowed to have group fitness classes again, some of you that are coming digitally will come say hi at the gym. All right, and start your side lunges. This is your last set of them. Make these your best ones. Killing me, I think I can see that. John Nelson. I feel very honored that everyone is joining to exercise on this holiday, 420. I appreciate you making time on this holy day. Switch sides for those of you that partake. Reach it back, squeeze your butt. Nice, keep your toes pointed forward. I have a little bit of a point in mind that my toe is still oriented in front of me. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds and we're doing our last clean the floor. The floor is going to be muy clean when we're done with this one. Don't you miss me, John Allison? If any of y'all are really into this, I do personal training as well, which is all online now. So hit me up. 2, 1, planked, right hand, right foot, left hand, left foot. This is like some really messed up modern dance or something. Beautiful work. Stay light in the hand that's moving, light in the foot that's moving. Let the stabilizing joint get the full benefit of stabilizing when we're on those 3 points. These are brand new socks, and I'm probably putting holes in them. 20 seconds left. You all got this. 10 seconds. We can do it. We can do it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, floor's clean. How is everyone feeling? I'm cackling. I do miss you. We all miss each other. Oh, so that was 3 sets. When you're building these workouts on your own, you can use any movements you like. Take wrist relief while we're talking, let your heart rate come down, get some water. Whatever your favorite movements are, put them in there and try this out. This is a format that works well for almost anything. We're gonna do a cool down because just like I said at the beginning, with our warm up and getting our joints ready, cooling down, decompressing is just as important. So thank you, Greer. I'm like old and I don't know what TYSM means. So if you want to let me know what that means. Where in Virginia are you, Greer? I actually lived in Virginia for a handful of years. I was in Hampton Roads area and in Richmond. So happy to see a Virginia person. In Richmond, I love Richmond. Great food, good music, pretty decent queer scene as well. I played roller derby for River City. All right, we're gonna come down to the mat and we're gonna work through some delicious decompression. So let's start with the soles of our feet together in this butterfly stretch. Sit nice and tall, okay, like someone's got a string lifting your head up, so we're nice and long in the back of the neck. Hold onto your feet, press your knees down towards the ground. So squeeze your butt, press your knees down, keep your shoulders squeezed together. If you can't get to your feet, that's totally fine. You can just hold your shins, hold your knees. Just stay nice and tall so that when you start to hinge, you're hinging from the hips and staying long and integrated in the spine. We're not slouching down into it. So from here, you're gonna pick up your right hand and reach up to take a twist. So fingertips driving up, back of the palm, pressing back. We're working that bottom rib up and back. And breathe. Just a couple of breaths here. Continue to squeeze your butt and press your knees down. Stay tight in the belly. And switch sides. Right hand comes down, left hand up, and same concept. We're reaching up dynamically and pressing the hand back, working that bottom rib up and back to open up the chest, and still squeezing the butt to press the knees down towards the earth. We're looking up at this top hand. And bring it down. All right. When you come into hands and knees, I'll give you this from the side, sort of angled view first. Hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Extend your right leg, you can't see my foot, right leg with your foot flexed. You're then going to walk your hands forward a little bit, and we're going to press the hips forward, and then rock them back like we're doing an extended child's pose. I'm on the inside edge of my right foot, and press it back. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. There you go. Take two more. 1 and 2. Switch sides, bring your right foot in, extend your left leg. So now you're going to see this from this side. And reach the hips back, press them forward. Reaching back, and press them forward. I'm going to turn so you see what this looks like from head-on angle. Reach it back. So notice that my left foot is staying flexed, and I'm on the inside edge. Good. We're going to come back to seated into a shin box position. So one shin is in front of us, other shins to the side. My feet are flexed. I'm going to reach both hands back behind me. So make sure you bring the right leg to the front, just so that we're all on the same side. So if you started on the left foot and bring the right to the front, I want you to press your right knee towards the earth and work your right hip down to the ground. So usually what's going to happen if you're less mobile, you're going to notice that this hip is trying to work its way up. The knee works its way up, so work on pressing down, pressing both knees to the ground and trying to get both hips to the ground. If this feels easy for you, then you can come down. I can't get all the way down onto both, but as you can see, this hip was trying to pop up, so I'm going to work it down. And just breathe. Foot flexed is really important. Protect the knee. If you're one of those folks that can lay all the way back, you can lay all the way back. Switch sides. So left foot's in the front now. Right foot is back with the foot flexed. And sit back, work that right hip down, work your right knee down. As you can see, my right side's a little tighter, it's sitting higher. For you, it might be the left side. It's all right, just take your time in there. This is a stretch you can do every day. Come down, I'm not gonna come all the way down on this side because my body's saying no. Some folks, you can get a little bit deeper in here if you wanna bring your other foot on top of it to help hold it down. Hold the knee down, you can work your hip down. Make sure we stretch out the hamstrings. Extend your left leg. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. If you can get to your toes, then grab your toes. If you can't get to your toes, grab your shin, your knee. Wherever you are, just sit tall and work your sternum down towards your knee. So we're hinging at the hips, not collapsing in the back to get here. Tight belly. From wherever you're holding on, pick up your right arm and twist, always trying to create length in the side body. And same concept, we're working that bottom rib up and back to open up. Look at your top hand. Bring it back down. Switch sides, so right leg is extended, left foot to the inside of your thigh. And grab whatever you have access to. We're going squaring your chest up with the ground. How deep you can get is unimportant here. What is important is that you are sitting with good form in whatever position you individually have access to right now. And pick up your left arm and work your twist. Think about your rib helping you work your chest open. We're working towards stacking the shoulders. Bring your left hand back down. And release. We do want to make sure that we get another shoulder stretch because of all of our planking. So bring your right arm across your body. You're going to take your left arm and we're going to make a little vise here. We're going to use that vise to pull our right arm towards our body and then press your right arm in the opposite direction. Make sure your right shoulder is pressing down away from your ear. So these arms are pressing in opposite directions. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then tilt your left ear to your left shoulder. That will help you get some more length in the side of your neck and in your upper trap. We carry a lot of our stress tension up there. Release your right arm, bring your left arm across. Create a vise with your right arm, and same concept. Pull your right fist towards your body, press your left arm away, and keep your left shoulder out of your ear. Breathe. And tilt right ear to right shoulder. And roll. Other way. Yay, beautiful work, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on a Monday. We'll be here next week at 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's 7 p.m. Mountain time, I think, and 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can catch me on Friday at 12:30 Pacific time via the Everybody Los Angeles app for an animal flow class. That's on Zoom. You can get all kinds of classes from queer, trans, POC, fitness professionals via that avenue. Check out Coach Justice Rose Conversation with Ilya Parker of Decolonizing Fitness on Sunday. That information is on his Instagram. Yay, Mac, I didn't even know you were here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ari. So good to see you. Thank you, John Allison. Thank you, everyone else. Isabel and Zoe, Alexis, Greer. I don't know who else is in here, so if you want me to say hi to you, please throw up a hello so that I know that you're here. You can follow TG-ENBY Project on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. It's WERK_OUT. What else? Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and click follow so that you get alerts about our upcoming content. We will be continuing to have these live streams every Monday, and I have some other content in the works. If there's something that you want to see, if there's something you want to learn about, please shoot me a message or a comment so that I can put that on my list of things to get to. I love hearing what y'all want to what you want to learn about. So I have a lot of expertise in different areas, and always happy to share my knowledge. So drink lots of water, be kind to yourself and others, and let's just be patient and know that we're going to get through this. So I appreciate all of you so much. So I'll see you next week.